Washington.
This your boy, Martin for here once again.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamari Ford here once again for this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Now, we almost like 9-10 episodes in, and Hollywood was like starting to be promoted as like the new replacement for Atlanta, you know what I mean? And it was like getting all this hype and had all this character storylines, but this season it's been a little dry. So again, I decided to take the parts of the episode that I had something to talk about or something to discuss. So if you feel like I've left something out, we can definitely talk about it in the comments. Just leave them below, but I'm gonna kind of give the abbreviated version. So the first thing I want to talk about is K. Michelle meeting with her surrogate, Tonay, I believe it's Tonay if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And she mentioned a concern that honestly I probably would not have even thought about, or I didn't even think about considering this situation. Her surrogate was on social media. I guess, I don't know if they did a video that they recorded, it was a YouTube, or was it live on Instagram, or have you. But she talked about how she's being a surrogate for a celebrity. And, you know, I guess it was more along the lines of her boyfriend at the time was trying to like make K. Michelle sign some contract, and she talked in the video about how K. Michelle is her sister and how they're trying to be this one big happy family. And K was like, that's not really what I'm interested in. Like, I don't want to have anybody that's, you know, like she feels ownership to the babies, even though she's, you know, just caring for them. Like, this is a job, you know what I mean? We're not trying to be friends after this necessarily, even though I would kind of expect some kind of a relationship. I'm not gonna lie. If I was a surrogate for somebody, I would have expected that we would have I would think that you would want to have a relationship, you know, to some level with me. But I guess Kay in the past has felt like having a personal relationship and a business relationship has sort of complicated things. So I can see why she wouldn't want to do that. So she had to meet with her like, look, I just want this to be a job. I don't want, you know, when the babies come to be this conjoined or, you know, mixed, blended family. I'm not trying to get all that. I just need you to be the carrier. And at first I thought that Tonay was gonna be like apprehensive about it, but she was just like, look, you know, I understand if you don't want any kind of contact, if you don't want any, you know, real relation other than what's important, then, you know, I can respect that. And so I respect, you know, Tonay for that, because I think Kay was stressed about that. She's paying her and she needed the money, you know, and she wanted to support him, but she was just like, this boyfriend of yours is trying to do all this extra shit, doing shit for clout and trying to, you know, get my name for some more extra money. It's not cool. So if that's what you about to be about, then I can go find me another surrogate. And she was trying to assure her like, no, you know, I respect everything, this, that, and the fourth, we cool. So I'm like, all right. So the next thing I want to talk about was the scene with Lyrica G performing something from her new album. I thought she was gonna say like a single. I thought she was gonna say like, you know, an EP. She said a full-fledged album. Now I'm gonna have to look this up. When I turn this camera off, I'm gonna look to see if this album is actually on iMusic, because I'm like, okay, we'll see, girl. But anyway, she's up there, she's singing her little R&B song. Lyrica G, she got a little voice or something. The song was a little meh, but I could tell in parts that she, you know, she know how to sing a little bit, a little something. So, of course, Lyrica, her friend, in the audience, you know, vibing, having a good time. This is a cute outfit on Lyrica. I did like this. It was like with the red lip and like the hat and the brown, the satin thing. I like that. That was cute. So after her mom finished performing, Britney B decides to come on over and extend the olive branch to Lyrica again. So she's like, you know what? I spoke with Apple, you know, Apple and Lyrica are friends, so she feels like we should be friends and, you know, be women, uplift each other, support, all that good stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. So when she tries to introduce her to her mama kind of gave her that look like, you know, when your friend try to introduce you to somebody that you don't know and you're not really a person that likes to be introduced to new people, you kind of looking at them like, Hi. You know, that's how Lyrica G was looking at Britney B at that table. But when she told her, like, oh, you know, this is my, you know, my friend. We had a falling out before, but we're cool now. And she's kind of looking like, well, what y'all fall out about? She's like, well, really, you know, it's, you know, my friend, what's her name? Sarai? What's the Lyrica friend name? It don't matter. They didn't get along, and the last time we met at K Michelle's listening party, it got a little heated. And Britney was like, well, I mean, my problem was with her, but I came to talk to you, you know, about our issues. And Lyrica was like, we ain't never had no issues. So I don't really know, like, what's the truth with that situation. I guess we shouldn't really care. But it's like, okay, on one end, Lyrica says, we went to the gym and worked out once. We recorded one song. And she's feeling like she's my best friend. But on the other hand, Britney's like, you know, I did all this stuff for her. And now she's acting like she don't know me. And I'm like, these don't add up. Something is amiss here. But so as they're, you know, having their discussion, Pam, well, no. Did Pam come over first or did Zell come over first? Oh yeah, Pam came over first. So Pam came, and of course Ms. Lyrica G was like, didn't they keep I think she was the one in the confessionals referring to both A1 and Pam as Buicks. Oh Lord, child, they be reading each other, honey. They calling them Buicks, and they letting Lyrica and her mama look like Ducky from Land Before Time. Y'all seen? Who remembers Land Before Time, bruh? All my 90s babies, stand the fuck up. That was my shit. Anyways, so Pam comes over and she tries to this olive branch thing again. And so when Pam comes over, Lyrica's like, look, there must be something in the water in Hollywood because Britney B is coming over here trying to make amends. Me and A1's mom was trying to make amends. They hugging it out, and because it's like, oh, we want to be, you know, loving for the baby and all this good stuff. And I'm like, that's true, because y'all being petty like this, it's getting old. I'm tired of it. Both of y'all look crazy, and y'all stylists need to be fired. They need to be fired. But they are perpetually looking a mess. They literally never look good. Something is always off. Usually the hair. But like, it's just part of their brand now. I feel like if they were like done up for real, it would look weird at this point. I just expect Lyrica G and Pam to look a mess. But be that as it may, they hug it out, and Pam says she wants to come over there and show her something. So he pulls her Lyrica G off the couch, and I'm like, okay. So when they're gone, this is when Zell shows up. And of course, they just so happen to be talking about Zell and Summer Bunny and what was in the media and all that stuff. So of course, Lyrica, you know, mentioned how she felt like it was some disloyalty when it comes to, you know, Zell being on live with the bitch, talking this, being messy, blah blah blah. And Zell comes in and tries to ensure that I'm not a messy person. I just like to get the tea and blah blah blah. Child, something about Zell, I feel like I could never trust. I could never trust him. I'm just saying. But be that as it may, so when he sits down, him and Britney B instantly get into it because he tries to ask her for an apology for how he treated Paris at that, at that bowling industry mixer, which I feel like my friend Scotty mentioned this in his video or somebody's video that I watched. It's like, how are you hosting an industry mixer at a bowling alley? I mean, it's cool to relax and be in a, you know, chill environment, but a bowling alley? But whatever. So when he was reading her about getting in her Uber, go in your Uber, that scene. So he was reading her for that, calling her a zebra. She was calling him a wildebeest and this, that, and the fourth. And I'm just like, oh, okay, we gonna do this little petty shade back and forth. All right, girl. Really, both of y'all look a mess in this particular scene, but we ain't, you know, we ain't gonna clock it. So she finally gets up and leaves, and Lyrica talks to Zell, starts crying about the situation that she got with A1, and I'm like, I am so tired of Lyrica and A1 storyline. I am so tired of Lyrica and A1 storyline. I would rather bring back A. Marie. Did I call her A. Marie? Damn, that's shade. Am I gonna cut that out? Nope. I would rather bring Tierra Marie's storyline back. I would rather. I was about to tell a bold lie. I was about to lie my ass off and say that I wanted Hazel back. Excuse me, I am sorry. If I never see her again, I'm cool. Chanel West Coast, maybe even her. Shit, I don't know. I'm just sick of them. They weren't even supposed to be on the season. Didn't they say last season they wasn't gonna do this shit no more? And here they are again, being the main focus of the damn storyline. And child, so now we see that not only does he cheated the first time, she gets a text and a DM on Instagram about some homegirl that he done smashed her on a plane. I'm like, niggas, they won't learn. They just won't learn. So she done got all her stuff. She done got movers. She just GTFO'd. And A1 comes back at the end of the episode trying to find out, like, I don't know where my son is, yo. I need to find out where my son is. Not the fact that he's trying to deny what he's did. Not the fact that, you know, his wife now knows and is leaving you for good. Like, I don't know. This whole thing just feels fabricated, and I'm just like, I'm tired of, I don't want to see them no more. I need at least a 3-episode break from Lyrica and A1. But we're not gonna get that. You know why? Because Mona ain't got nobody else that's interesting enough on this cast that got anything interesting. We don't care about April and Fizz. We know that they fucking. I don't know why we are sitting here dancing around this. Anyway, speaking of April and Fizz, I'm gonna go ahead and get that out the way. So we meet back with April's mom, and we get like the backstory of, you know, how she had to leave, how April's mom had to leave April with her grandmother, how she was only able to visit from time to time, is because she had 4 kids. She was always traveling to go see her. She almost lost her job because of it, and she couldn't really raise them all together. So I was like, okay. And then now she's like, well, since I'm a mother now, I know how everything is about my kids. You know, I try to give up everything that I can to give my kids the best opportunity that I can. And she started to get emotional. And of course, like a real bonding moment, because I think her and her mom had an estranged relationship for quite a while. So when they reconnect, we get to meet April's father as well. So they're meeting in Chicago. They're out at dinner. Paris is there. Other friends are there. Drew is there, of course. And it was a nice moment. This is my favorite part of the episode, to see April's mom talk to Drew or Fizz and say, like, I really appreciate what you did for my daughter, because she was in this dark place where she wasn't eating, sleeping. She was just in a really, really bad health state. And you came and you supported her and you picked her up, and she started to get emotional. And, you know, it was a very touching scene, you know. So, kudos for that. But then it's just like, I'm glad that, now this is the first time, I probably never will say this again, I agreed with Paris in this instance, because she was like, why don't y'all just be out with it? Clearly, we know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on. She even said, you know, bye, babe, when he left to prepare for his concert. I'm like, and then she just kept saying, like, last week, because I did catch up on last week's episode that I did get a chance to review, how she talked about, I mean, if I were to give him the coochie, he would deserve it because he's been there for me. And she kept saying, like, well, I mean, if I did fall in love with him, he's a great guy. I'm just like, this is frustrating. Y'all are just about as frustrated as Lyrica and A1. Where I'm just like, we have to have more of a dramatic storyline. What's Moniece doing? Ain't she going on tour? What's going on with that? Like, something, because it's every episode. God damn. Anywho, K. Michelle meets with Christian of Sugarland, and they talk about her making her country album. Now, I'm actually very interested to hear her country album. I'm a fan of K. Michelle and her music. But you can tell that when she's doing some of these R&B albums, she's kind of like, I mean, this is cool. This is my safe place. This is what I know I can do, but I want to venture off, because that semi-country song that she had from her last album called Run, Don't Walk, one of my favorites from that album. Really, that album was everything. To be completely honest, K. Michelle's last album, The People I Used to Know, was kind of everything from start to finish. I mean, just for me. I know people gonna read her, they don't like her for whatever reason, but the shit knocked. Alright, whatever. So this album is gonna be her last R&B album, and then she's gonna move forward with the country album. And I'm interested to see. They were like in the, I don't know if that was like a coffee shop or restaurant or whatever, but he brought out his guitar. He started singing. I think they just kind of wrote a song there on the spot. But it was cute. She looked happy. So I'm excited to see what venture, she goes on with this country music thing. And honestly, y'all, that's it. That's the episode. I tried to, I added my extra thoughts in there, but that's really the episode. Like, they don't give me much variety or nothing to really expand too much on with these particular episodes. So, but we gonna stick on through it. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. My name is Jamar. If you haven't already, I'd like for you to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Be sure to hit that bell so you get an idea of whenever I upload a new video on my channel. All right, thank you guys so much. Again, sorry for last week. There was so much going on. I have some things going on within the next month or so, it's gonna be some changes. But thank you guys so much for still sticking around and supporting me. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.